He's the beloved of the beloved.
Our enemies, we are not supposed to tell them. If somebody asks how many people are living in Islamabad, what is happening in Islam? Well, go and ask authorities. So there is, I don't think I can add more. You have more lecture there. So inshallah, as I said, still there is time when you get up, you tell the seniors here, well, I can't take this pledge, but I can only say, I'm a weak person, I will try my best, but I can't take pledge. Be honest to yourself, and be honest to Allah, and be honest to us. So you can step aside, I say, I will try my best, and help me. I'm a weak person, something like that. He can do that among the ladies and men. Now, other people write their name, and knowing what has been honored, knowing what Allah has shown you, Allah has taken precedent. He is taking the first step towards you. Allahu Nazari, Allahu Hazari, Allahu Ma'i. Allah is with me. Allah is present. Allahu Ma'i. Allah is with me. Allahu Hazari. Allah is present. You understand? And he proved his presence, right? Because these eyes can't see. Musa alayhi salam and his 70 Jews followers, they said, no, we want to see. We only believe you take us. So they went up. Allah said, look here, before I show you, I'm going to throw my tajalli. What you see is tajalli. We are going to name this building, that is Tajalli Azam, Jamia Tajalli Azam. Allah's tajalli fell on the mountain before them, it turned into dust. And all of them died. And Musa alayhi salam fainted. Then he got up. He said, Ya Allah, what you have done? These people are already my enemy. Now you have killed. How can I go back and tell them that all of them died? Allah said, okay, I revived them. So they were revived. This name is the same tajalli which you see like this and walk out. You understand? This very name, it shone on the mountain, it turned into dust. لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصديا من خشية الله. Had we sent down this Quran on the mountain, you would have seen it turn and falling it apart. Quran, it is Allah's name. And you think it's a joke? The whole thing, this thing would have been turned into dust and fallen apart. It is because of Rasulullah Akram Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that we had been able to contain it. Al-Quran. And Al-Quran, what is Al-Quran? Allah's name definition is Rahman Rahim. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. That explains Allah's two most basic attributes, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. And Fatiha is explanation of Bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. And Holy Quran is explanation. But here you are dealing with Allah's personal name. Remember my words. Stay firm and don't deviate. Don't run away. Don't desert. Don't turn on your heels. Hear and obey. Hear and obey. This world is too small. Spread out. Take the message. Remember the saying in Persian, हर मुल्क के मुल्क खुदा मास, मुल्क मास. Every country which belongs to my Allah is my country. Islam transcends all the frontiers, all the barriers. It transcends the color, the creed and everything. Open your hearts. Widen your horizon of knowledge, understanding and belief and commitment. Inshallah, Aziz, with this I will leave you for you to prove your commitment, your loyalty, your actions. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursaleen. Salatu wassalamu ala baraki wa
Give me life, I give my life. Your way, your path, your love, I strive. Everything I surrender to you.
Bismillah min shaitanir rajim. Bismillah rahmanir rahim. Once again, I will repeat that a lot has happened which you do not know. All those blessed beings who were present and are there, I don't think all of you have seen them, but I know some of you, amongst you, they have glimpse of them or seen them. Therefore, I will conclude this discourse which I started 3 days ago, because I add few things to that, and that will be a discourse for all, for everybody. You know, I was just telling you that this is end time, and we have no way other than to hold fast the rope of Allah, and that is Quran and Sunnah. That is what I was telling you, but my main theme was that Allah is so kind to us that He manifested and manifesting His Tajalli Azam of His greatest name, this most blessed Ismi Azam, right where you are right now. This thing is very rare. I tell you, it is very rare. You read the history of Islam. Leave aside the messengers of Allah. This thing has not happened ever before like that. Allah has chosen you. Allah has shown you His sign of His love and His companionship. Now it is up to you, I repeat again, to prove that you are worthy of His trust. So Allah says, He loves those who rely upon Him. Mutawakkileen. Tawakkal means complete reliance upon Allah. Mutawakkileen, those who have, complete reliance upon Allah. Those people. We were saying we should find out what those things which Allah loves most. So we should do those. And what are those things which Allah does not like at all, and He does not want to pay any attention? You will be surprised. I'm quoting you so you can read all that from Surah Al-Hadid, Surah Al-Hadid and Surah Al-Hashr. I recite from those. In a very nutshell, Allah Ta'ala present to you the worth of this world and this worldly life. Worth. An ocean of wisdom in a cup. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allah Ta'ala is informing you. Ya'lamu. Know that أنما الحياة الدنيا, the حياة الدنيا, حياة means life, the worth of this life, What is worth? Know that the worth of his life is this worldly life. لعب ولهو وزينة وتفاخر بينكم. It is play and and going around, and zina mean just beautifying, bedecking, your home, yourself, or your properties, and tafakhur mean envying each other, who have more, who have less, and takasur, fil amwal, and competing with each other, who has more wealth, and children, all that. Allah said, this is the worth of this word. Annamal haya. This is what is the worldly life. Is this that frolic and play and beautifying, decorating your homes and cars, yourself, all these things, and to boasting and telling people I have more wealth and competing with each other, who has more money, and who has more children. This is the worth, a call to Allah. But Allah say, what it is like that? All that what people have, lot of millions and billions and children and states and they rule, all that is like a rain which is falling on a green crops, and the farmer likes it. Farmer likes it. Then what happens? It starts becoming yellow. Eventually time comes, it simply dies. And he sees that it becomes all crumpled down. It crumples and falls on its roots. This is a simile. Until I'm just telling you, this is a simile. What do you call? The word is this?
Metaphor. Metaphor.
No, simile. Until you don't understand simile, the Holy Quran, you cannot understand. Until you do not know what is a cancer and the canceller, Nasakh wal Mansukh in the Quran, you cannot understand Holy Quran. I'm sure by now you must have seen or heard my lecture on the Quran. I leave that thing. Then Allah says, Allah says, He says, just like this, all these desires, all the wealth made, money earned, eventually the death comes and takes it away, and leaves the person to face the hereafter chastisement of the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The one word, remember and quote it. On one word Allah used the beginning, annamal hayatud dunya. Only hayat means life, right? Dunya word. Annamal hayatud dunya. Labiu wa lahu. Play and frolic. And here Allah says, wamal hayatud dunya illa mata'ul ghurur. Believe me, this is a very big statement. وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا. Hayat, life, dunya. What is this worldly life? Mata' al-ghurur, a deception. Everything here Allah has created as a test and trial. It is not real. Understand? Mata' al-ghurur. Look in the dictionary. Ghurur. A thing, we should think, oh, it is good, let me take it. Let me have so much gold, so much money. Mata' mean belonging. Understand? Mata' belonging. You get it, you never achieve anything over there. you get in quagmire. You never get happiness, you never get health, you never get anything. So what it is, the whole thing in a nutshell, Allah explained. This is, the life is just a veil, a deception. Don't go after its beauty, charm, understand? Its temptation, all are not real, understand? They are not real. And Allah says, Sabiqu ila maghfiratin rabbik wa jannatin arduha ka ardi as-samai wal ardi wa'iddat lil-lazina amanu billahi wa rusulihi zalika fadlullah yu'tihi man yasha wallahu zul fadl azim. Allah SWT says, Sabiqu, rush toward your, Rabb. Ila maghfiratin, maghfirah of your Rabb. And towards such Jannah, through such Jannah, He will give you, if you run towards Rabb, Allah, seeking His maghfirah, seeking His forgiveness, you will enter Jannah whose width and length will be equal to this world. And that is prepared for those who believe in Allah and His Messenger. That is bounty from Allah. He may give to whom He likes. So first of all, you must believe the worth of this word. Be very clear about it. Next thing He tell you, and you should know, the following: Ma asaba min musibatin fil ardi wala fi anfusikum illa fi kitabin min qabla an nabraha inna zalika ala Allah yasir likay la tasu ala ma fatakum wa la tafrahu bima atakum wallahu yuhibbu kullu mukhtalin fakhur. This thing will save you from breaking your back. The back of the kafirs breaks with the burden of life. So much accidents happen, losses in business, so many things. They kill themselves, they commit suicide because they cannot bear the burden of life. What Holy Quran, the guidance in the Holy Quran does, it takes away the burden of life. It makes it very light. So walk, run towards Allah. But here, Allah has taken an initiative. He has come to you. He has come to you, and you should be happy and make happiness. Remain happy whole of your life. What Allah is saying here, He is preparing you so that you can remain a solid rock. Nothing shakes you, understand? What kills other people with burden of life, He says, no calamity, distress reaches you in this world, in your own self, or on your properties, or on your business, fi anfusikum, nafs me, in your own self, illa fi kitabin min qabla an tabraha. Save that it is written, kitabin, it is written before He created lives. Before He created His world, before you came into this world, it was written that Mr. Rashid, or Mr. Khalid or Mr. Muhay, he will be, meet this calamity and distress. It is written, so Allah said, Inna zalik Allah, you see, it's very easy for it. Why Allah say, Lakhila, Tasu ala ma fatakum? Why Allah is informing you? He is informing you that you do not break your back for the grief. He says, he is telling you, so that you must believe that it was written before you were born. It has been decided by Allah SWT for you before you were born. So don't grieve. Why should you grieve? When my Allah had decided this thing, that this thing should reach me, or this beloved person of mine, family, go back to Allah, or this destruction take place. I said, Inna lillahi wa inna alayhi raji'un. Am I right? And on the contrary, if you receive a lot of blessings, some property, some money, from land, from everywhere, Allah says, even then you should know that it was written before you were born. And why you are being told? Said that you don't go running around people and become proud and haughty and throwing weight everywhere because you got rich and wealthy. You should know that was fadl, bounty of Allah, His mercy, that which He has bestowed upon you the reward. And Allah says, He doesn't like the boasters. Those who do boasting, He doesn't like them. And also say, Allazina yabkhuluna wa yamuruna an-nas bil bukhl, and those who are miser themselves, and also tell people, oh, don't spend, no, keep it like that, What does bukhl mean? Miserliness. Bukhil, the miser. Remember, incorporate the word in your language. Allah does not like them. So these were a few things I had decided to tell you that should complete not this discourse of guidance and ideological aspect of Holy Quran. I want to make it very complete, that not you only, but because of you, anybody who will hear and see it, inshallah, will gain a lot of guidance and inspiration. I will tell you something about a surah. Once time, holy companion Abdullah bin Islam, I was telling you last time, he was a great scholar of the Jews. He became Muslim, Abdullah bin Islam. He was a great scholar of Torah. So he said, after he became Muslim, he narrated that we all other friends sitting together, and we said, somebody from among should go to Rasulullah and find out what is the thing which Allah loves most. They were discussing this thing. The way we want to find out, Ya Allah, we do not know, and we do know what you love most. He says, we have said that. Somebody came to Rasulullah and he said, so and so and person, such and such person, not so and so, has been called by Rasulullah. We were really surprised to find out that how he came to know. All of us went before him. And when we came there, he recited full ayah, 14 lines. He recited that. And in that is, Allah Ta'ala say, And that is such a great surah. Hazrat Ibn Abbas says that this was recited by Holy Companion, they recite to their followers, Tabe'in, they recite to their followers, and it is going on and on. That is Surah As-Saf. Surah As-Saf. Do you know? You do not know. The Holy Quran has many aspects, the healing, the guidance, the secrets. And its commands are still valid. Wahhabis called me to Saudi Arabia. You know, I want to build up something. In 1974, in 1975, an international conference of psychiatrists were held in Cairo, and they said we should find some remedy for the incurable mental diseases, because we do not have any remedy except giving drugs and electric shock. That's all they have. In New York, there are more crazy people than the policemen. That's a fact. So, Saudi delegation comprising the Health Minister, Director General of Mental Health, they were there. They said, yes, we have great sheikhs. There is a promise of healing in the Holy Quran, and we will prove it. And those psychiatrists, they said, you want to take us 5,000 years back into the age of darkness? He said, no, we'll prove it. You know, we have got great sheikhs, learned people. I said, okay, next year you come to Saudi Arabia, all of you. And that was being done by WHO. So these people went to their great sheikh, Sheikh bin Baz, the enemy of Rasulullah, who called Rasulullah the big idol. Big idol. You know, IDOL. And when he died, his tongue was out about 1 foot, you know. They said, okay, Sheikh, prove it. And there are 6 ayat of Shafa, the Holy Quran. He said, Ma'arab, I do not know. Then they went to another Sheikh. Eventually they said, go to Pakistan. So they went to Madudi, you know, the great man who opposed independence movement of Pakistan. He opposed it. They went to him. He said, I do not know. They both were princes. I won't call princes. We are princes, not they. They were made a ruler by British and Lords of Arabia. So those people came to me. And one of them eventually became the king. I won't tell their names. They say, Sheikh, this is the problem. I say, you call us Mushrik. He said, no, we don't call you. You are Hindi Sindhi brothers. We don't. Please come and help, because we have committed. And I said, what about Sheikh Madudi, whom you send bricks of gold and millions of dollars? He said, Ma'araf. I said, okay, you know the whole story. So I went there. I said, no pay. I just started living in a small house, room, you know, next to their palace, and they gave me big institute. I turned all the most very beautiful Egyptian nurses. I get out, and I got those male nurses, the bedroom, the Jabir and Salam with gold tooth, you know. And then, the long story, read the book. What was that? I only got one facility from them. That on every Thursday night I will go to Baitullah Sharif and do my Umrah on Friday and make Salat and come back. I was in Taif, you know. So one day coming up from Taif, going up to the mountain, crossing the pass, there the GMC, the American vehicle, it heated up and water evaporated. So they were with me, the member of staff were there, who, you know, I was giving demonstration with the cottage church, and people are being healed. But they were with me, and they just went, and it rained at night. At night they picked up some water from the pit and put it, and then drove it. After 1 mile, again the water evaporated.